closer to the centre circle, but it's really soft, particularly out around the wings, and of course on the other side of the ground as well. So that will play a part today. Few spots of rain here, but at the moment it's nothing too no significant, but it's very overcast, and I think we probably will get some rain before too long.
And just before we go there, gents, Scotty hasn't given his tip. Scotty, what have you got for us, mate? At the moment, it's 3-2 Noble, including the Oracle.
Yeah, I'm leading towards Noble. Home game. Allen's big 200, so I think they'll lift a close game, 10 points, and I'll definitely be putting the beanie on as well.
And you're a big fan of the Oracle as well.
Love the Oracle.
Yeah. Thank you, boys. We'll cross to you later today. Paul Uconi is usually in the score centre, but he's doubling up today, scores and stats. Paul, welcome to the broadcast, mate. Who are you leaning towards today, Balwyn or Noble Park?
I'm leaning towards Noble Park. I think it won't be I think it'll be a close one, but Noble's defence have been very good this year, and I think Noble will get up in a close one. Well,
Brash, the pair of us, it'll be a long trip down the freeway if we're wrong. Luckily, no one else will be able to tease us. Because
no, that's it.
Brothers in arms. We're almost in readiness here, and it's a big game. It's the Queen's Birthday Clash. It's finally returned as umpire Dan Beard holds the ball aloft in the centre of Pat Wright's senior oval. Chevy Anderson and Kieran Byers will go up in the ruck. Byers wearing a glove. That'll be interesting. And Bowen Smith's wrapped up immediately for ball. And any interesting matchup so far? Looks like Morrison has gone to Lyle in the forward line for the Tigers. Haley soccers it off the ground. Jaffa Williams got a quick handball away to Oakes, the former Noble player. Touched off his boot. Goes inside, defensive 50 for the Bulls. And they're just knocking it around, toe poking. Nice forward tackle laid there by Bowen Smith, and we'll have a ball up 25 metres out from the ball and goal. A bit of silence around the ground, almost anticipation from these two great clubs. Lyle just took it out of the ruck like Tom Hawkins. And then Oakes laid a big tackle there on Horton Milne. But the Bulls are away. Jackson Sketcher has some space. Goes to the outer wing in front of the 200 game man, Shane Allen. He's got a company there in Will Wheaton, and he knocks over the line for a boundary throw in. Just forward to centre wing for the Tigers.
Sketch is going to be important. Obviously, him and Martin have missed the last 2 and 3 games respectively. They'll probably take a quarter or two just to get back into the swing of things, but they'll be prominent throughout the afternoon.
Do we know why they've been out, Tyler?
I believe Sketcher had a little bit of a hamstring and Martin maybe a groin.
Right, so Shane Allen with a bit of an agricultural slap back into play. Umpire setting himself. He says, give it to me. So we've just edged Noble Park's side of the wing. It's no real breeze to look of. It looks like the trees are swaying a little bit, but nothing major. As umpire Beard throws it up again. Big leap from Byers, got the slap down. And then Sketcher just worked his way out of that contest brilliantly and went inside forward 50. But way out on the full. So Baldwin will get the footy back.
Tua has gone to Haley, but I noticed in that first inside 50 there that he sort of went ball chasing a little bit, and Haley went forward and almost got the ball out the back. So it would have been a bad start, but he's got to be careful of Haley, obviously relying on his teammates to get it to him.
Yeah, and it was interesting that Baldwin didn't start with anyone in the goal square. Now in the Eastern Football Network League, you do not have to start. It is 666, but the goal square isn't a requirement, as Nick Chancellor takes the free kick for the out of bounds of the full, goes long down the line. That scrappy, low-scoring game that Paul predicted might be on. Haley couldn't get clean possession, slapped it back to Sean Cross. Handball over the top there to Sticker. He walked back into a tackle, and holding the ball will go the way of Lachlan McDonald. So a bit of a scratchy start for both sides, who had the week off, obviously, last week. Goes wide to Sketcher. Had a lot of early possessions. I don't know what he's playing at here, trying to get a free kick. He's allowed Baldwin to sort of get numbers back in the hole. Looks like Beach is playing at full forward for Noble. He goes into the pocket. Great kick. Fantastic kick. Right in the hands there of Ben Marson, who's been kicking a lot of goals this year for the Bulls.
Yeah, the Marson
duo?
Oh, there's 3 of them in there today. Yeah.
Marson's Anthony, Ben,
and Jordan.
And Jordan, you're right, Brash. So Ben Marson is marked, and he'll kick from the junction of where the arc makes the boundary line over on the far side of Pat Wright Senior Oval.
Not the easiest kick for a right footer either.
No, he's on the wrong side for that, but he comes in off 3 paces. It's a nice little kick off the boot. It looks like it's gone across the face. Beach will keep it in play. It's roved. Handball back to Orwin. Ziggy Orwin zigs and zags and then pops it to the hot spot. It should be all Baldwin, but it might be Marson again, is it? I believe it is. All part of the plan, Tyler, for Benny Marson.
Yeah, just playing in the pocket and then just getting it back where he'd like to. We did discuss that was a bit of a dead pocket there, and he's shoved it across the face of goal. But you know, all in the end plan. What does Dwayne Russell say? All in the grand plan.
Oh, the grand plan. Dwayne Russell says there would have been a shake and bake there at some point from Dwayne Russell.
Shut down as well.
Shut down.
Yeah.
Shut down. That's a good one. So Ben Marson is 35 metres out. This one a lot easier shot than the one before. Trots in to give Noble Park the first score of the day. Pretty good looking kick off the boot. It's there. Noble Park get the first of the afternoon. They are 1 straight 6. Balwyn yet to score. We've got 2.5 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's an interesting start to the game there, Brash. We know why Noble Park are the highest disposal side in the comp, because they take 8 kicks to just circle work it around the forward 50.
But the thing is though, that wasn't a bad piece of play, because they played with a little bit of purpose there. I think you're just going to have to sort of be a little bit more conservative this afternoon in your disposal.
So there's a free kick immediately. The boundary umpire has...
Is it a 6-6-6
No,
one?
I think he was worried that someone had broken the line, but he's cancelled his call. So we'll go back at it again. Byers and Anderson. Byers tapped it to himself and just handballed it to space. McDonald might get there first. Orwin was there as well for Noble Park. Nice handball off. Horton Millman's inside forward 50. Swings on the left foot. It's across the face. Nice little surge play there, Tyler, from the Bulls.
Yeah, a bit faded there. I thought that faded a little bit late. They didn't say there was a big wind down there, but it didn't look like that was on target, and then it faded just really late there.
Yeah.
Their outside run looks good early, Noble Park.
Yeah, Byers just handballed to space, and they looked a little bit too quick when the ball hit the ground. So McCaffrey's got it from Pendlebury in the back pocket and kicks it straight into the man on the mark, and Noble Park have won themselves a stoppage right on their forward 50s. We go down to Brett Beston on the boundary.
Yeah, just backing up what you said, boys, there is no significant wind. If you look at the top of the trees, they are blowing around, but obviously down at ground level, the wind, it's just a light zephyr, really, that's what you'd call it.
As we bring it back into play, Anderson and Byers. Byers did well. It was Beach. Horton Mill gets another possession. It was smothered. Now, can the Tigers do something? McCaffrey goes long down the line. Byers has set himself down there. And then Lyle and Morrison. And in the end, Lyle does pretty well to 50-50 that contest and get it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
I'll be interested the way Steve uses Byers and
Beach
this afternoon.
It's almost split the ground in half sort of thing.
It is, isn't it?
The way Byers just immediately went back to help out Morrison. Tyler's notes had Morrison not going to Lyle. Anderson should have been pinged for incorrect disposal, and he is out of the ruck. So really good start early from Kieran Byers. Been impressive. The glove on the big ruckman. And he roosts it inside forward 50. Beach will be his target. He won't get there. And going back into the hole. That's courageous, Mark. Not paid. And then the Bulls hack it forward. It's across the face for one behind. I would have paid that mark there, Tyler.
I've noticed Bowen Smith's gone to Kyle Martin at stoppage, really trying to keep him out of the inside and block him from the drop of the ball.
I think that was Kyle that kicked that point then too.
You're going to give it to Kyle Martin.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement. So Pendlebury to bring it back in for Balwyn. Dangerous kick. Got to his man there, Godleetson. Jamie Godleetson, premiership player for Balwyn. Short chipping ball looking for Oakes. He's got a couple of Noel players to contend with, and he's given away a free kick. Going the way of Lachlan McDonald. This has been pretty prominent early. McDonald. Oh, that's a horrible kick off the boot. Haley got back in defensive 50. You don't see this often. Does pretty well to get out of it, and then chips for Oakes again. But it's all Noble. McDonald. Back to Thomas Glenn in the long sleeves through the centre wicket. Kicks out wide for the runner in Lachlan Quaife, who will get there. But the boundary line wins out. We'll have a ball in. 8 points the difference. Noble 8. Balwyn yet to score. 6 minutes gone first quarter.
It almost looks like that Rodney Eade is playing his own version of Eade's paddock.
It is. To be fair, all the games, the 19s and the reserves, a lot of the scoring was done to the left of your screen. So perhaps Balwyn, and Noble Park did win the toss, so maybe Balwyn are just looking at damage control this quarter. Although, unfortunately for us, Tyler and Paul were correct in the fact that it's been very scrappy.
Thing is, do you want your best forward to be getting a kick off the half, running out of half back when he should be playing forward pocket?
I'm sure if Charlie Haley had 3 or 4 possessions in the first quarter, Balwyn thought they'd be a bit further ahead rather than 8 points down. As Oakes got his handball forward, McCaffrey now. Good looking kick off the boot, just held up a little bit in the breeze. Morrison came through, left the footy behind. And then the Tigers will take this as a tackle's laid there by Jake Gaines in the number 23. And we'll have a forward stoppage here for the Tigers. Byers won the hit out to space. Bowen Smith, hands and knees, handball back in. Horton Milnes there as well. And then Martin will get it forward for them. Tigers, they'll have a chance through Gobleitson to bring it back inside forward 50. Glenn flew, left it behind. Nice gather, running inside forward 50. It's across the face. Haley, his opponent, tripped a little bit there in Tua. Then Haley stepped him, got past him, runs to the goal line, couldn't pick it up cleanly. He'll go back again, then Ryan Morrison wraps him up, holding the ball. Too smart by half there, Charlie Haley, in the end. And Josh Tua did enough there, Tyler, didn't he, to just make sure that Haley couldn't run into an open goal.
Yeah, he just corralled him and really waited for the cavalry to arrive.
Big flight from Francis, the man who sends in his own highlights. Couldn't make one there, and ball would have the numbers. Oakes was taken without the footy. Umpire said play on. Can hear the bodies slap against each other here, Brash, from our commentary position.
Yeah, it's pretty willing out there early. Both sides wanting to assert their authority on the contest.
So Anderson and Byers again. Byers is winning that battle, but there's that leap of Anderson. He'll go back and get it at ground level. Fantastic pick up from the big man. Stepping in and out of traffic there was Anthony Marson, one of the trio today. Couldn't go anywhere, and Nathan Oakes.
Noticed a rise of intensity in ball in the last minute. They're going in a bit harder. It's almost like they've woken up a bit.
I think there was that little period where they were just trying to chip balls out of defensive 50s, sort of woken them up. Anderson's getting a massive run up here to go into those stoppages. Brenton Hillard, the former Berwick man in the long sleeves, has won himself a free kick. Umpire Beard umpired a mountain of VFL games. Marson into the middle, so they're using it by foot. Marson to Marson. This is Jordan. He'll go to centre half forward where Jack Beach has got a bit, Byers, sorry, he's got a bit of space. Gobleitson tries to claim the mark, but it's skimmed off the fist of his ruckman, Chevy Anderson. And we'll have a ball up. Paul, have you got any stats for us, mate, that have popped out to you early on?
Noble Park dominating the tackles there, 7-2.
Thank you, mate. As Jamie Ridd brings it out of defence for Balwyn. Out in front of his runner in Angus Pollux. It's slapped away now. Balwyn will want to try and close this stoppage down. You would assume eventually, as we close into the halfway mark of this first quarter. What's a pass mark for Balwyn this term? We're up here, we don't seem to think it's the scoring end.
Going by the ground conditions, I think Balwyn would be happy if Noble were about 2-2.
Yeah, it's interesting as a free kick going the way of Balwyn. It is interesting that, yeah, like I said, we don't seem to think it's that windy, but the way they've set up Balwyn, it's like it's damage control for this first quarter. So the free kick has gone the way of the Tigers. Short tubing ball is good to the leading Angus Pollux. He's come up and met that one.
That was reportedly the scoring end that Noble are kicking to in the Vermont Noble game.
Sorry, that was Joshua Pollux.
Which is unusual because normally it's the old scoreboard end.
Well, it turned out just every end Noble were kicking to that game was the scoring end.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, that was not really a great example. So there's a Marson. Jordan has got the footy for Noble down the line. Ziggy Alwyn takes the mark. Great kick from Marson. Really split it open. He's got a leading option in Shane Allen, but he ignores it and goes shorter. Very clever kick from Alwyn, sorry. And it finds a target there in Kevin Keane.
Too much, the ball and backs are giving their Noble Park forwards too much latitude early.
A shallow inside 50. I think they were so obsessed with Allen or the long ball down the line.
They were.
That's very smart football from Ziggy Alwyn. So Keane from outside the arc got good connection on it.
He didn't look confident.
Never on target.
He didn't look confident he had the journey.
So they're doing pretty well in the end, Balwyn, to sort of maintain against this assault. Pendlebury looks to be playing a goalkeeper role today. Takes the free kick for the out of bounds on the full and just bombs it long down the line. Anderson did well to create a contest. And then Keane, who kicked that out of bounds on the full, got a handball out wide and ends up in the hands of Sketcher. He took on the tackler of Gobleitson, then Jaffa Williams. And now Balwyn might be away. McCaffrey gave it to Gobleitson, gave it back to McCaffrey. Lyle Bee's target. Will it get there in the end? Morrison does well to cut across. Brought it to ground. Lyle kept his feet. Haley picked it up. Got the handball off. Bowen Smith runs to 50. Short tipping ball looking for the target. Heagney, he didn't know the footy was coming. Keeps it in front of himself. He got Quaife for company. Handball to Oakes. 10 metres out. Snap. Goal. Counter-attacking football from Balwyn. They get there first. Almost out of nothing, Brash. And it's Noble Park 1-8. Balwyn 1 straight 6. 11 minutes gone, first quarter.
Yeah, they nearly botched it up, though. The kick from Bowen Smith into the forward 50.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a shot.
Yeah, it wasn't a great option. But Noble Park just sort of got stuck in that 10 metre.
Jordan Lyle kept his feet in that crucial contest, and a great pick-up from Charlie Haley coming through. And just those clean moments of brilliance, Tyler, might be the key to kicking goals to this right end of the screen.
Yeah, and you just can't give a good side a turnover in the middle of the ground. Obviously hard against the boundary line, but it was still in a crucial spot of the ground.
I think Sketcher it was a bit of a matador stuff, and Gobleitson and McCaffrey did really well. So the second ruckman that Kyle Elliott ball and won that hit out. Martin might get a free kick from the back. Umpire Beard says, give it to me. So for all Noble Park's dominance, it's just the 2 points here, 12 minutes into this first quarter. We might need the lights on soon enough. Free kick going the way of Kyle Elliott, taking on Jack Beach. Handball immediately to Sean Cross, the evergreen Sean Cross. Pops it into the pocket. Haley's underneath her. He's got 2 for company. Morrison and Tua spoil each other, and it comes back out to Hegney. And the ball spills forward. Tom Wilson was there for Balwyn. And we wrapped up forward pocket.
Great tackle from Hegney there. Yeah, McDonald was going low. He could have got him high, but he went low himself.
Interesting that Tua Morrison, no talk. And Lyle just sort of snuck out the back. He was hoping it would skid out. So it'll be interesting to see if that communication improves as the game goes on for Noble. Let's see who can make the most of these stoppages. I'm not sure who's in the ruck here. It is Lyle and Beach. Martin there, doing his work at the bottom of the pack. Handball to Morrison, came back into trouble, gone. Ran into Yaron Jaffa-Williams.
Yep.
And that handball from Kyle Martin, Brash, he'd probably want to have that one back.
Yeah, no, not the best option there, Kyle, but, you know, look.
And Morrison, like, you can't really criticise. He was put under pressure, but you just got to slap it on the boot there. But nonetheless, after all of this pressure, I thought Jaffa-Williams laid the tackle, but it's going to be Josh Pollux from directly in front from that muddy hole that Tyler alluded to.
Well, he's a goal kicker. He's a goal kicker. He's third in their goal kicking this year, Pollock, so he's doing well.
Oh, no, he's kicked it straight into the man of mark. It was very laissez-faire, that approach. Wilson came through. Noble Park one holding the ball. Ball flicked out the back, and then that'll be a free kick, surely going the way of Bowen Smith. Umpire was blindsided. Noble got away with that. That was lackadaisical, that approach from Pollux.
Yeah, that's a coach killer.
Absolutely, and we know Rodney doesn't like stuff like that. Jaff Williams coming through, couldn't rove it. Sketcher, little kick forward. And the mark will be taken by Elliott. Umpire set play on Jamie Ridd. He goes wide and will get, it's a nice kick. Cleared the lines to Thomas Wilson. He's got Haley in the pocket. Lyle doing a little bit of work on him. Haley will fly across the front. Beach was back there as the defensive spoil. Now Cross to Haley, back to Cross, wanted his right boot, flicks the handball over the top there. And Machete dribbles it for some reason. Morrison now hacks it out of there. And Kyle Elliott, this time it'll be paid a mark. He handballs immediately to Ridd, just outside the 50 for Balwyn. Shocking kick off the boot, picked up there by Hillard. Got the handball over to Marson, that's Jordan. Pops it over the top to Ziggy Orwin on the bounce. Pressure is high here, free kick. Well done by Ziggy. Bit of Jack Ginnivan about that. Got the free kick and he can calm things down for Noble Park and go out wide.
They're out.
Marson, this is Ben, kicked that first goal. Horrible kick, but it got to its target in the end. Does really well. But didn't listen to the cries here of the club Noble below us to kick it. And now Balwyn have got a chance on the counter-attack. Nice little step there from Mitchell Machete. Kick was too hot for Jordan Lyle. It'll end up in the Haley direction. He's got Tua for company. He does really well. He's wearing him like a glove early on.
Machete's had a good minute. He's had a good minute. I've noticed he's gone to Sketcher at stoppages because Sketcher was off the train a bit early, but he's got the footy himself as well as negating Sketcher.
So up we go again. Elliott and Beach, the two secondary ruckmen, go at it. Sean Cross, Urban is there, and then breaking away really well done was Hillard. Chips out wide for McDonald. They've been two impressive players for the Bulls so far. And it's at right half back for Noble Park. They lead by 2 points. They probably should be further in front, but Balwyn have come right back into this game recently. Down the line, Marson the target. Balwyn have the numbers. Pendlebury got the spoil. And the handball came out from Bowen Smith. Noble players paying for free kicks there. And then Alex Urban is wrapped up by Kyle Martin.
I think the only thing, if anything, that Rocket would be critical of is the way Balwyn have been delivering their ball into their inside 50.
Yeah, they have been a bit rushed as Elliott went up against Beach. Kyle Martin will be first to the footy, but the boundary line wins out. We'll have another ball in.
It's hard to see which coach is going to be more happy or not at quarter time.
You would say after those first 5 minutes that Rodney Eade would have been unhappy, but since then it's been all ball. And Paul, any scores or stats? What have you got for us, mate?
Division 1, Muralbark lead Montrose by 18 points, 18-0.
Well, Pesto will be pretty happy with himself. My hunch is wrong, it seems, Brash, but there's still plenty of time. Thank you for that, Paul. Back up again, centre wing, slapped forward by Beach of Noble Park, and then gathered by Glenn, who's just sort of playing a roaming role. Sean Cross wanted a free kick. Handball came through there from McDermott. Wearing the 24 today for Balwyn. Pollux, who's shot on goal before, will be something he'll want back. Hillard, been really good recently for the Bulls. Goes down the line. Sketcher couldn't haul it in. but he touched just before it went over. So we'll have another ball up. Ball in, sorry.
I still think Balwyn are way too lackadaisical with their checking of the Noble Park forward 50. They're letting too many blokes. Like Glenn had 10 metres there. You've got to be a lot tighter than that.
That's a good point. So ball's into the corridor here. Martin, little chipping ball, doesn't miss targets off and went over the top of Alwyn. Gobleetson took the mark and played on immediately. Kick into space for Tom Wilson. Will it sit? Fairbank for company. Fairbank got there first. Great turn of speed from Harley Fairbank. Went too fast for his own good. And then in the end, the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw. Really well done, though, because Balwyn could have been away had Wilson got that footy in some space. So thrown in again, half-forward flank for Noble. They'd love another one here. The throwing goes right over the top. Cross will gather it, gave it to Urban. Been one of Balwyn's best players this year. Hillard is there for Noble Park. Couldn't gather initially and just got bumped by Sean Cross into the centre wicket. Nice handball finds Tom Glenn, then he gives it to Morrison. This is where they like him getting it. Lovely kick, looking in the Kevin Keane direction. It's just over the top and goes out of bounds for another boundary throw. Back where we started.
Both Urban and Sean Cross have had no influence or very little influence on the game so far. They're going to need to work on their output a bit more, I think.
Absolutely. That midfield battle that engrosses us at all. Pertains. Horton Mills free at this stoppage. The tap went into the corridor. Martin's there with Bowen Smith, and then a handball came out to Tom Glenn. Wants his left foot under pressure from Jaffa Williams. Got his kick away and finds a target. Once again, another mark inside 50, Brash. Pretty much on the 40-metre zone. They're going shallow rather than bombing away. And the Bulls will have another shot for goal.
I think that's mainly because neither side of what you would term they've got.
This is Jack Francis.
They haven't got a first-class full forward.
No, they haven't. And I think they know Penderbury's playing that sweeper role, so they want to avoid him at all costs. Now, Francis, I reckon he'll just run around a little bit, sort of the reverse buddy to get a little bit more on the journey here. Here he goes. Oh, it's a shocking kick off the boot. Needed to run across. Sprayed it well across, and the mark is taken down there by Penderbury. Tyler,
are you expecting that clip to come?
No,
through?
I don't think Jack will send that one through. Paul, you got something for us, mate?
Noble Park are basically controlling the game up forward. They've got 5 clearances to 2. They've taken 4 to zip in marks inside 50, but Balwyn are holding up well with 3 intercept marks to nothing.
So Beach got the intercept mark, and that could be one of the goals of the year.
Wow.
So Jack Beach got the ball inside forward 50. I'm not exactly sure who snagged that one.
I think
Tyler, we can
18.
watch on the replay screen.
I think it was Francis.
No, he'll be sending that one in. Jack Francis. That's a Tobin Brothers goal of the day. Just slapped it on the boot. The ball and defender down there, Penderbury, just thought, well, there's no chance that's going through, but it's not. It's a bit of a wrong one. It's gone right through the big one. So Jack Francis snags his first of the game. That one will be on the highlight reel. No will get their second. 2-2-14 to ball and 1 straight 6. We're about to tick into time on in this first quarter.
I didn't know we had a player like that.
Jack Francis.
Well, no, that's sent.
We got plenty that do that.
Really?
Yeah, plenty that send their own highlights in, Brash. Don't you stress, mate. Plenty of them. So back in the middle we go. Interesting battle arising here. The ruckmen have been really impressive. No, don't kick it, Bowen. Oh, Bowen Smith was about to give away 25. The free kick was paid out. Dan Beard, he's the best in the business. So Jordan Marston will get the free kick. He'll go short in the middle to Tom Glenn. They want that kick, Noble Park. They like to get it into the mud. Chipping ball for Alwyn. He'll want that way and back, Tom Glenn. Jamie Rigg came in and tackled the superstar. And now Balwyn have a chance. Bowen Smith slipped over. Oh, nice turn of speed there from Sketcher. On the left boot, inside forward 50, looking for Byers. It's out the back. So they're resting their ruckman at full forward as we go to Paul.
I got a score update from Division 1. Muralbark are 4 goals up on Montrose, 25-1.
25-1. So Montrose have hit the board, which is good to hear for the Demons fans. That's why this one's the blockbuster, Brash.
That's why we come here every
Exactly.
year.
So Byers and Anderson. Anderson did well. Tapped it down. Gobleetson had the job on Sketcher in that contest, and now we'll have another ball in. 22.5 minutes gone on my clock. 20 and 21 minutes on the main clock, so we're stuck in the middle. We'll split the difference. But I don't think it'll be an incredibly long quarter, Brash, given there's only been 3 goals.
Yeah, maybe 25.
Big throw in from that boundary umpire. That's twice he's thrown it into the hot spot. Luckily for Balwyn, it fell in the hands of Sean Cross. He kicked it straight up the middle. Pollux does well. Can he get his handball away? He's wrapped up immediately. Could there be a free kick? Umpire said no. Haley, will he go off the ground? He's got 2 for company. Could that be a free kick? No, says the umpire. Morrison gave the handball off to Quaife, got it back. And then that's why he gets so many possessions. That's 3 in a little period there. Goes out wide to McDonald, who's been good on opposing wings. And then Alwyn. He's been good too, Brash, offering a bit of a lead-up target. Kick into the middle to the big ruckman in the centre circles. Beach, handballed. McDonald again. He's been really impressive. In the middle to Marston. They're running a bit quicker than Balwyn at the moment. Jamie Rigg, good tackle. And then Luke Bull got wrapped up there by Kyle Heagney.
They're finding way too much space, Noble Park.
Counter-attacking. So Heagney switch. Dangerous. Fairbank does well. Slapped it down. Machete had to go back and get it. Then Rid will go out wide for Lyle. He's got Morrison for company. The ball held up in the wind. Morrison. And then Lyle, handball, Machete, left it behind, Fairbank. Nice little bit of toe. Morrison picked it up, kept his feet, tried to sally Candy, got wrapped up, got his handball away in the end. And Fairbank, has he given that away out in the bounds on the full? No.
I think he should have been penalised there, Morrison.
I think he might have just got his handball away, but we've seen them paid. That's twice, though, he's tried to take on tacklers. It was a nice tackle in the end by Jamie Rid.
Third time might not be a charm for him.
No. But Morrison just kept his feet there. That's going to be the battle between those two, it seems.
Yeah.
Lyle and Morrison, whoever keeps their feet. So this boundary umpire's got an absolute arm on him here. If I'm Balwyn, I'm setting up a sweeper at the back of the contest. He's timed that one better. Byers hit out down. Martin came through, was wrapped up by Bowen Smith.
He's starting a metre in as well.
No, you've got to do the step. They do it's about momentum. Thrown up immediately. Byers hit out. Bowen Smith and Martin, they were tackling each other before the ball had even come to them. We'll have another repeat stoppage. 23 minutes gone on the main clock, 25 on mine. 2-2-14, Noble Park, 1 straight 6 Balwyn. Noble did win the toss, so we would assume this is the attacking end. Can Fairbank make something happen? No, he can't. Rid's kick went straight into his teammate, so it didn't gain much territory. And then this time it's slapped on the boot by Machete, been pretty impressive, but Ryan Morrison back there takes another mark. Probably leading possession winner besides Lachlan McDonald on the ground, Morrison. Goes to centre half forward. Orwin might fly. It's out the back. Mark taking Shane Allen. Game 200. How many goals to get to 450, Tyler?
I think he's got a... They didn't quite give me senior goals.
Right,
so
okay.
I only go by senior goals. I think it's about 430. 430s around in senior goals.
That's their 5th mark inside 50, is it not, Paul? Just chuck the headset back on. Is that their 5th mark inside 50?
Yep, 5th mark inside 50 for Noble Park.
So Shane Allen, 35 metres out, slide angle. He's done this before. Looks pretty good off the boot. It's there. And look at the boys get to him. 3rd of the quarter for Noble Park. One of many for Shane Allen in his 200th game. The Bulls at 3-2-20 ball and 1 straight 6. 25 minutes gone, first quarter.
Well, they thoroughly deserved their quarter time lead, Noble Park. They've had the ability to keep their forward line open, and their midfielders been able to pick targets, whereas Balwyn are playing too far up the ground, and then they're not able to hurt Noble Park on the turnover, because when they go into the inside 50, it's always contested, but they're under pressure.
Paul, scores?
In First Division, it's a great start from Roerbach. 31 points up on Montrose, 32-1.
Thank you, Paul. Oakes got the handball out wide and found his teammate in Machete. And then he's got a mark, and he's about 65 from home, so he's just going to quickly go to barrel, play on, so it won't count. And it landed on the chest of a Noble Park player. Regardless, quarter time then at the Pat Wright Senior Oval, the Bull Ring. Noble Park 3-2-20 ball and 1 straight 6. The goal kickers singles to Ben Marston, Shane Allen in his 200th, and Jack Francis, whilst Nathan Oakes kicked the only ball and goal. We'll go to a break here on the other side of it. We'll hear from the coaches, and we'll get into the second quarter of this Queen's Birthday Clash.
Today at Eastland, Lucy's trying on jeans for a momentous occasion. Coffee with the ex. She needs jeans she can move in, because she's definitely moved on. Jeans that get a second look, but don't give any second chances. Jeans that say, why yes, I have spent